Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today it's FNM Day and we are actually starting out with historic Brawl, which kind of makes sense. Before we get a bunch of new cards for historic and standard next week, we probably might as well give a crack at all the old ones. Speaking of which, there's one card I've been trying to test out for the most part. She was released as part of she was released as part of the, what do you call this, the Brawl, the Brawl event. I just ended up crafting her, I guess. So this one is Hanna, Ship's Navigator. So very simple. Way back in Invasion, so 3 mana, 1 white blue, 1/2 legendary creature, human artificer. For 1 white and blue and tap, you can return target artifact or enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. So she basically buys she's basically a good way to rebuy value. Now in terms of just buying straight up artifacts, Emery is honestly better. But I wanted to try Hanna because she can also buy back enchantments. Now I went with an artifact build here because I wanted to try a bunch of the other cards, notably Tempered Steel. There, in terms of creatures, we don't exactly have that many, but we have but we don't have that many creatures, but we have ways to benefit from it. So let's take a quick look. I do have an alternate enchantment build, so if this one doesn't turn out very well, I guess we could take a look at that one. So basically, we want to be very aggro early. We got a lot of relative 1-drops, 2-drops. Renowned Weaponsmith as a way to accelerate to our higher cost. Not everything's a creature though. We have a few of the sagas because those are very nice things to buy back, like Birth of Meletis. Antiquities War is also a good one to buy back. Elspeth Conquers Death, very good one to buy back. We still have Emery also, another way to get stuff from the yard, but we're taking advantage of this in the sense that we're not completely reliant on getting artifacts, so we want to buy a few of these enchantments back. I guess I could, if I was not running all in the artifact range, like I'm going for the Tempered Steel build, I could also go for a more controlly build, basically run Omens, run Kiora, Best the Sea God. It might make more sense here because we have a lot more rat effects compared to standard. Like in standard, I literally had to run Shatter the Sky, Time Wipe, Realm Cloak Giant, and even that was not enough. I'm still running only 3 here because we have a few other spots of removal, and we can just trade our aggression early. But on that other build, we had options like we have a lot more spot removal, and we also have Settle the Wreckage. That's also another one. But otherwise, we do get to play with oldies like Tezzeret Artifice Master. I tried to consider running Dovin, but let's be honest, I didn't have that much space. I'd rather run Teferi at that point. I'm also testing out Desecrated Tomb because there are many ways to get cards to leave the graveyard. Most notably Hanna. There was a card I was trying to run here. Let's see if I can find it. Most people won't remember this guy. It's the Daring Archaeologist. So when it enters the battlefield, return artifact card from your graveyard to your hand, and when you cast a historic spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Actually does quite fit here well. It's just a matter of what would I cut in favor of that. You know what? There we go. Cause we're more white than blue anyway, so I guess the Daring Archaeologist gives us a little bit more reach, so to say. We don't have to be that explosive. Skilled animator, not so great. So there we go. We'll go with this one. So we're gonna run a few games with this. I will have to open the splash screen and edit it at the same time. No, not edit a copy. I just need to edit the actual. Who's my first opponent? Oh. Well, at least it's not Winota anymore, but Kinnan's still annoying. Okay, so that means... Okay, at least we got to Shatter the Sky and... Well, we got all our rat effects. I'm definitely keeping this. So... Where's the skilled animator? Let's replace that with daring archaeologist. Let's see if I... Oh, I get to play first. So... Yes. We also get to run a lot... Also, speaking of the mana base, we also get to run a lot of the non-basics as a result. Oh, fine. Now, we don't exactly have an artifact per se, but it's kind of obvious that we're trying to run it. So I want to see what our opponent drops. Opponent just drops in, gets full mana. We can be annoying, just play Teferi, buy some time. Okay. So, here's our plan. Plan is to be annoying.
Don't worry, I got this.
So he gets to cast it again. And we actually get to start digging for artifacts now. So he casts this. Sure, resolve. Tap, so he gets 5 mana total. Let's Kiora, Mud Beckoner. So gets 4 mana up.
Nature flows with vigor.
Definitely wiping the board at this point. It's just a question of how. Shame we can't wipe twice, but okay, we're definitely in wipe territory right now. Oh, in Druid. I don't know how happy our opponent's gonna be when he finds out what I do next. Shame I...
Trust me, I have a plan.
No need to play around, we're just gonna wipe the board right now. Yep, this is the one case where Settled Wreckage would not have helped. Tranquil Cove. Definitely played that first. And Antiquity Swar. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Steel Overseer, Ginger Brood. We'll take the Meteor Golem, we're almost there.
Let's try this.
So we won't get to we won't benefit off this yet, but if we can get Hanna down, we will benefit off her. Opponent's gonna swing. Expected.
Want me to phase you out of time?
Okay, so much salty. Let's see what's his 5-drop. Hydroid Crisis, X equals 3. Temple of Enlightenment, oh, Glass Casket's nice too. So, Sparring, we'll take the Glass Casket. Okay, the Temple of Enlightenment. Cryptic Caves. Yeah, Cryptic Caves up top's not bad.
That's more like it.
What? I'm gonna let him... I'm actually concerned he might have counters magic, that's the problem, so I'm just gonna go with it now. I'm not familiar with these deck lists, but I'm not taking the risk of me holding this off only to just get wiped later. When it plays Leyline of Abundance. Yeah, that's a bit late.
Here we go.
I'm gonna knock this one because he still has to tap creatures, which he doesn't have. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much the... Well, we were able to control it. Not much in the artifact route, but I'm actually happy with that. We could actually start cutting more either cut the creature artifacts or start going more into hey, nice gems. Either that or start going to a more control-y build, though there aren't that many ways to control the board with artifacts. I guess we could sub some of it, like instead of a lot of the cheap creatures, we could start putting stuff like the Baffling End, Banishing Light, Prison Realm, Settle the Wreckage. That's another plan. So this is... We'll take the free mulligan. This is not keepable. This is more keepable. We can get quite aggressive in this with this start. Like turn 1 puppet, turn 2. I'm still keeping this anyway. Actually, we'll just go turn Shadow Spirit this early. No, I actually want more lands right now. So I can go turn 2 Ancestral Blade. Turn 3, we can take the 2 damage, hit Mecha Godzilla. Oh, it's Kinnan again. So this is probably this is probably not the great hand to keep. Plan here is to drop enough creatures, drop Antiquities War, start benefiting from it, and hopefully have enough to swing before our opponent goes wild. Good news, opponent seems to be missing blue mana. He could have tapped the Goose. Ginger Brute, so... Dance of the Mance. We could do this, but it's way too early. I'm gonna sadly have to bin that. Ginger Brute. Yeah, it's still pass. Druid will count. I'm just gonna get through it. Hold on. Okay, opponent drops Kinnan. So opponent now has like 5 mana. There's a Cab of Thorns. Yeah, I guess if this is the build our opponent... Okay, opponent also has a lot of big stuff. Based on that one, we could actually make this into a more control-y build. So definitely want to play Antiquities War first. We can just play Mecha Godzilla later. Yeah, Shambling Suit's not so bad. And we can buy a little bit of time, like say Inquisitive Puppet block. It's a case of, can we overwhelm our opponent before our opponent overwhelms us? That said, it looks like we're about to be overwhelmed by our opponent. I'm probably gonna modify this build, like cut some of these earlier drops and replace them with, yeah, replace them with Baffling and replace them with Seal Away. Yeah, and the enchantment removal is not so bad. Like, okay, this actually not too bad either. I get 1 free block with the Inquisitive Puppet, so we lose a 5/5 in the process, but still, it buys us time, which is quite important. I can also just chump. I can also chump block the land, so we can. Our opponent chose the island too, so probably doesn't need it anymore. It would be embarrassing if turns out I had a rat effect. So you know what? Let's trade our board a little bit. Block to damage. Yay! I'm a little boy now. Actually, no, I'm grown up. I'm a grown-up human. Could equip it if I want to. Okay, Command Tower. Hit the Mind Stone, which is actually not bad. So, Command Tower. Mind Stone first, so this gives us 4 mana. This gives us some Shambling Suit. And the Sparring Construct. Yeah, opponent's kind... I don't know if our opponent still has any more... Okay, so now it's searching for gas. Yeah, Command Tower is another way. Oh, he whiffed. Yeah, you probably want to start buffing your forest now.
Behold, nature's true power.
I probably just block with the human. Or I don't block. Yeah, I take 8. Why not? No. No, we block. Now, it'll be a bit sad if it turns out I do draw the Rat effect, because I will lose my stuff like my Mind Stone and whatnot. Yeah, and we also need ways to deal with Planeswalkers, so definitely want to have... I guess we buy some... Wait, is this until end of turn? So these go back to normal. It's always been a 5/5. I can nuke the Cavalier so I don't have to worry about it coming back ever again. Like, I could nuke Nissa just to prevent getting more lands, but let's see. Yeah, he would have gotten Vivian back. Actually, send them all to Nissa now. He probably just takes it all, or blocks a few. Yeah, so Kinnan's gonna have to be the one. Kinnan's gonna have to carry. It's now clutch or kick time. At least Finale's in the bottom, so don't have to worry about that. Ooh, okay, hits an Ulamog. I lose these two. It's indestructible also, so that's a pain. Yeah, I guess we can... That was a... Was that our opponent's last card? I think if that was our opponent's last card. If our... No, our opponent top decked that. Well, it is what it is. Like, if I draw Teferi, I'll have the mana to cast Elspeth Conquers Death, but I won't have the mana to
make a splash.
Arcane Signet, because why not? And we hit the Ratchet Bomb, which doesn't do much. I could hit Hanna Ship's Navigator, because Elspeth Conquers Death is about to go. I need... This is gonna be... Okay, let's play Ratchet Bomb first. Play Hanna Ship's Navigator. What do we get back? We get back Ginger Brute, so... We probably blocks... Probably just block the Ulamog with the Sparring Construct. But yeah, I probably adjust the build so this is not going to be a pure artifact version anymore. We're probably going to cut some of these... We're going to cut some of these weaker 1-drops. We'll lose out on the artifact density, but we kind of need good artifacts, not just any art... Oh, he hit Endry's Forerunners. I guess that's a good game. I think Kinnan... Top 7 cards, right? Top 6 or top 7? Yeah, top 7. So you're bound to hit that eventually. We'll give this version one more try, then afterward I'll make some changes. If I keep seeing Kinnan over and over again, that we definitely will make those changes. Third Kinnan deck of the day. So we really should take advantage of that free mulligan for Rat effects if possible. Ratchet Bomb kind of counts. It just takes a while. But most of our opponents on pump effects would be ramp effects are 2 mana anyway. So that kind of makes sense. Yeah, if I have to make a choice, I would probably start adding Baffling and Seal Away. Yeah, we'll add those enchantments. In fact, I might actually show the enchantment-only build. I'll have to pause the video a bit for that. I'm more concerned about the fact that game has not moved ahead. I think I should pause and see if it comes back. I'm gonna Alt F4 this one. This is way too suspicious. Okay, it looks like this is really not keepable. We'll take the free mulligan. And it's worse, but it's fine. So at least we have well, Labyrinth doesn't do much. Yeah. Got dance, so I guess we can dance. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think our aggression's gonna quite cut it here. Also means that cards like Daring yeah, we're gonna probably make a lot of cuts just to one face Brood with the Cowl. Okay, got Salvager of Ruin. So ironically enough, I could just attack with Ginger Brute, let it die, so that next turn our opponent, we can play Daring Archaeologist to buy it back. That's one way to get over the top of our opponent. We kind of want to have a feud that way. No attacks. Opponent plays Kinnan, plays a land, probably drops a 3-drop, so let's see about that. I could also just swing with both Ginger Brute and Sparring Construct that way. Ooh, opponent plays a Blast Zone. Yeah, he benefits with this one quite a bit. Well, so Karn's, yeah, we really can't lose our Arcane Signet, so knock on wood. So far, opponent's just buffing his board. Okay. Okay, we can play Skittering Surveyor later on. So, next, attack. He's probably suspicious, but I could have a pump effect of some sort. I'm basically just trying to get someone to die. Okay, no, he lets it through. So, Daring Archaeologist is a no. Could just play Hanna Ship's Net. I could also just play Skittering Surveyor so I can get my land play next turn. Yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, it's gonna get worse from here. We really need to adjust to this meta. Opponent drops their own Arcane Signet. They do have 2, 4, 6, 7. Is this non-permanent? They have 8 mana right now. He could just he could just do this end of turn. Probably doesn't want to do it end of turn because okay, hits him. Oh wow, that's gonna. Yep, we need to take advantage of the fact that we have to wrath the board very often. Settled Wreckage probably not a bad idea either, so we'll take advantage of that. Okay, there's a Desecrated Tomb we can use. It's worth an experiment, but also getting Skittering Surveyor back's not a bad idea. Oh yeah, we're supposed to let our opponent block, sorry. But yeah, too much fast mana. Considering we know how predictable this is, we should take advantage of that next time. So next turn, if we don't draw a land, it's Daring Archaeologist. If we draw a land, I can go Daring Archaeologist. No, it's really gonna be Daring Archaeologist into Sparring Construct just to keep the spice flowing. opponent's not... Well, he is holding up Blast Zone. Okay, didn't draw the mana. I guess I can go Daring Archaeologist into Skittering Surveyor just to make sure I get it next time. Also, it's X from graveyard to battlefield. Actually, letting some of these guys die is not a bad idea. So let's play this. We need to hit Skittering Surveyor. Because we need the mana. And yeah, this is probably the one time this is ever going to happen. Since, seriously, it's probably not worth it. Now, if our opponent wants to nuke the Blast Zone now, that's fine, I guess. I'm also surprised our opponent hasn't been triggering this. He really should do this at the end of it. Because if he hits Endray's Forerunners, that's the best thing that... Because the last thing you want to do is hit Endray's Forerunners now. You want to hit it... Well, you could hit something else. Ulamog would be a good one. It's an Elysian Caryatid, so... Does he want to... He could crack the Ghost Quarter just to give... Well, that I would be fine with that, actually. He could also do that to crack the Ginger... Oh no, he's going for 6... Oh, he has Ulamog. Oh no, he's shooting. Yeah, the mana colors did not help. You kind of over-tap. It's a Biogenic Ooze, so... Okay, that's fine. So the plan is, yeah, chump block with Bat for now, I guess. Then let's see. So Skittering. Oh, he's going for it. Still has tons of mana. Yeah, the next blue and ancient combo. We really need to have ways to deal with this. Maybe the Kinnan. Devotion's equal to 10, so that's we're probably gonna have to deal with this for a while. A Wrath effect would kind of wipe it out. Odds of drawing it. And because he did it end of turn, he doesn't get to buff this until his next turn. So I could just chump block with the Bat for now. Block with Daring Archaeologist. No. Yeah, chump block with the Bat. So next turn, play grab a land. Salvage. I can also play Salvager of Ruin, which in something dice I can choose target that was put there in the battlefield this turn. Ooh, I think our Incubation Druid. He's just unloading right now. Okay, he's unloaded all of his mana creatures. Generally, I would not bother. Well, I guess you could go wide with this because you're about to go wide with this. I'm in colors that run Rat effects, so that would be a concern. So, but so far I haven't been drawing them, so okay. Let's play Skittering Surveyor. Let's get the White Source. A Salvager of Ruin. So on the bright side, I can now block the Daring Archaeologist. Okay, does our opponent hit Endray's? Well, nope, whiffs. So what I could do is it returns to hand. Oh, he hit it, but yeah, kind of whiffed the timing. That's usually the only caveat, but still we're looking at that. I think I'll just say good game right now. Yeah, and then we're gonna make those changes already. It looks like there's going to be very little to no variation today. And I have no plans of joining them yet. I'm going to still try to beat them. So we're going to make those changes right now. So it's more rat, more spot removal, more bounce. Basically, we need ways to out-tempo our opponent. Because yeah, we need to pressure our opponent's tempo. Oh wait, there is another thing we could add. But I think it only affects lands. Hold on, let's check. I forgot we had that card. Damping Sphere. Wait, what does this do? If a land is tapped. Okay, so this nukes Nyxborn Ancient, but it doesn't Nyxbloom Ancient, but it doesn't nuke the other one. So yeah, we're going to switch to a less... Yeah, we're gonna switch to better creatures now. So we're gonna cut... We can keep the Ginger Brute, I guess. So what do we want in this stead? We want ways to... Let's see. Players can cast whenever a creature dies. Oh, can't cast spells from graveyards or activate abilities of cards in graveyards. Well, first things first, there are a lot of ETB effects, so we're gonna have... We can also play Eidolon of Obstruction too. But I said there's a lot of ETB effects, so Hushbringer comes in. Yeah, we're kind of diluting stuff a bit, but we don't not have much of a choice there. So we want to run some... Wait, so Baffling End. Okay. Seal Away, definitely. There's another one. I already have the Glass Casket. No, I think that's it. Just those trees. Let's cut the Renowned Weaponsmith because we're cutting artifacts. So Voltaic Servant goes. Salvager of Ruin can stay. Shambling Suit probably stays. Yeah, these stay. Desecrated Tomb. Whenever one or more creature cards. I think this one go. It was worth a shot. Daring Archaeologist can go too. Antiquities War can go. History of Benalia. Okay, Hanged Executioner is one way to get a few bodies. But I also kind of want to use History of Benalia as well. Wait, we're in the 3 mana slot. Let's actually add those cards. Vanishing Light. And Omen the Sun, because we're running more enchantments now. Prison Realm comes in here too. Given that, Slaughter the Strong will actually work very well for us because our opponent, it limits what they can keep. Oh yeah, cut the Tempered Steel now. So, yeah, that one works as an extra rat effect. It works more against them than against us. Conclave Tribunal. Oh wait, let's add Archon of Sun's Grace because we're adding more enchantments here. Emery has to go. Conclave Tribunal comes in. So we are... Yeah, we can keep Tezzeret, I suppose. Harrowmancer's Cage, Ixalan's Binding. Binding, not so much. This is pretty much Conclave. Okay, let's add the blue enchantments now. So Omen of the Sea comes in. Ominous Seas come in also because we're going to try to draw a bunch of cards here. And let's add the big one. Oh, I could still run Agent of Treachery, but that's not the plan, right? That's not exactly the plan. So Ugin, Meteor Golem kind of still works, but they're gonna actually cut Ugin, cut the Meteor Golem. We can keep the Platinum Angel, I guess. So we're actually running one less land. Actually, we need to redo our lands now also. So first things first, let's suggest lands. Then we need to start cutting Cryptic Caves, Karn's Bastion, Labyrinth, Zalfirin. 10 and 3, okay, that makes sense. We can cut Arch. I'm still gonna keep some of the other ones. I think I'll probably just cut Field of the Dead. We could actually run Ghost Quarter. Or not. Yeah, we're running Elspeth Conquers Dead. Oh yeah, we need to add Shatter the... We need to add stuff like Shatter the Sky and whatnot. No, Shatter the Sky. Settle the Wreckage. So with that, we can cut all that glitters because we're not that aggressive anymore. Yeah, we only got 12 creatures. Ancestral we'll cut the Mystic Forge because we're not guaranteed to hit that much anymore. So we're kind of aiming for card draw. I guess we can add... Here's the thing. If I can add Dawn, but I don't have a reliable way to keep gaining life, so that's kind of out. I'll add Starfield Mystic because we now have more targets. Guess we can cut the Salvager of Ruin, cut the Steel Overseer. Shambling Suit still kind of works. Momentary Blink. It's if only it did not just if it hit more than just creatures. Actually, what else can we have? Probably should add stuff like Absorb now. Dovin Grand Arbiter kind of works better now. Also, oh yeah, we can also add the Zori's Guildgate now to the mix. Law Mage's Binding active. Actually, Logic Mage's Binding is good. We can keep Kinnan on board, but just keep him from doing his thing. Arcanist Owl also fits in now better. So yeah, we now have to still make a few more cuts. So let's cut the Ancestral Blade. Cut the Ginger Brute. And yeah, artifact or non-aura enchantment, so that's pretty much everything I got here. Still keeping the Mecha Godzilla. Hushbringer. Maybe we can cut Hushbringer just for now. Let's give this one a try. I'm going to have to go to Dex to copy this one because I made way too many changes now. Okay, but let's see if this is better. And if I run into yet another Kinnan deck. Actually, let's cut this now. No, it's not Kinnan anymore. It's Ayara, so probably just drop the Mecha Godzilla and hope for something else. One's gonna drop quite a bit of creatures, so we're kind of hoping on that one. Okay, opponent's still deciding. Lots of comments from another YouTuber. Okay. Opponent hasn't decided yet. I'm already concerned that something's up. Well, I'm still doing things, so I might as well just roll with it. Refresh. Yeah, huge change. Could also be a connection thing. You know what? I'm gonna retry it. Yep, turns out it was my connection got desynced. I'm guessing it's happening now because there are 2 Zoom meetings that are happening in my house as well. So this might take a while. Apologies to my opponent. I did not. I might have to call this a night if this happens. It just keeps happening. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. I want to give credit to another YouTube channel. It's called Famicor. It's in Japanese. It's in Japanese, so. But that said, they do have they do have a lot. It's a lot of typical standard decks. So the strategies are kind of mainstream with a few tweaks here or there. I have to give them credit. I borrowed their mono red deck list. There are sometimes it's not ultra perfect, but it is quite aggressive enough that instead of having to grind out with my usual driver for like hours or so, I was able to get a few quick wins quickly, and even if I lost, it was still relatively fast. And I'm actually now in diamond for standard, so there's that bonus. Let's exile this. We're now at 4 mana. I can actually just play the Guild Gate, play Mecha Godzilla, because no matter what counters he gets, it's still gonna be less than. It's still gonna be 4 or less, so I can. That said, if our opponent plays IR next turn, not so great. I probably just end up glass casketing the Yarok's Fendlurker. I can also. Opponent probably has removal, actually. That's what Hanna's for. You're not the ship's doctor, but. Opponent does have the Murderous Rider. We will take that one. Yeah, probably should take the hit. There's no reason not to. Like next turn, if we hit, I might actually just play Hanna, hold on the glass casket. Use Hanna to buy back Mecha Godzilla, because it looks like our opponent is going to be very intent on dealing with it. There's also Stonecoil Serpent that's free too, but we can wait on that. Opponent might. There is definitely a lot of removal for black here, so that's something I have to consider. Oh yeah, nice thing. If our opponent's playing Phyrexian Obliterator, it's 1 power too much. It's 1 power too high, so Slaughter the Strong will slaughter it. Opponent probably just takes out Hanna, so yeah, that's another removal spell down the drain, which is actually perfect. If we draw 1 more land, it's perfect. We get the Hanna into Mecha Godzilla. Otherwise, I just slam a 5/5 Stonecoil Serpent. Underworld Dreams. Okay, we're gonna have time. Okay, we'll take that damage. Actually, yeah, we can just do that instead. Because 4 mana is the, let's see, 5 mana. He could actually just drop nope, dropping Ira first. Now we hit. Good news is this is where the timing comes in. We hit Baffling and nuke Ira. Yeah, it turns out Baffling. Yeah, it turns out we get the free bonuses too. And she now costs 5. She can still cast it. What's this? Oh, 4/4. Okay. Now, ironically, the situation we have here now is, let's say we do Slaughter the Strong. I could just let Mecha Godzilla die, buy back with Hanna. If I have another mana. Nana. When it drops Ravenous Chupacabra, Snipes, Mecha Godzilla. Which doesn't feel profitable when there's a Hanna on board. Well. Okay, we saw. Actually, I should have done this pre-combat phase. It would have gotten the token. The counter. Yeah, this one's beginning of combat on your turn, so this one's a bit of a whiff. But the fact that our opponent had to spend Murderous Rider and Ravenous Chupacabra on one card, we did have to spend quite a bit of mana though. Opponent's dropping Rankle. Slaughter will mean I could just play Stonecoil Serpent at this point. It will block Rankle all day. If our opponent goes for the discard, I can actually just discard the Stonecoil Serpent. Hanna's there. Just pick it back up. Yeah, opponent having to make some key decisions. Definitely the discard a card. Yeah, it's discard. Draw a card. Law Mage's Binding. I guess we can play it on sacrifice Eidolon Obstruction. Okay, so that trigger comes in. So we probably just Law Mage's Binding the Rankle. And we can buy back Stonecoil Serpent end of turn, or even Eidolon. Okay, we hit an Omen, so wait a minute. Whenever an opponent draws a card. Okay, I'm trying to wonder where that came from. Combat. First strike. Okay, that's fine. No, it is a bit of a non-bow with Slaughter the Strong, because our opponent could just let something else survive and just let Rankle die, but Vraska's Contempt. Yeah, now it's gone for good. Probably could have something like Disenchant also. I could buy Stonecoil Serpent back. Actually, we do it end of turn, because I also want to sack Omen in the Sun. In fact, I can just sack Omen in the Sun, buy back Omen in the Sun. Sun. A lot of fun. Opponent had this. Opponent eventually spent 3 removal spells on that card. So yeah, good job, Mechagodzilla. Opponent probably sacks him. He could actually just cast Ire and oops, Doom Whisperer. Oh, this is where Slaughter the Strong shines. Okay, so let's go with the combo now. Dance of the Manse. Okay, let's put this in the bottom. I'm kind of okay drawing into this. Yeah, we got the sequence up now. And opponent's gonna be surprised what I... Oh, he gets to keep Rankle! Oh. Thank goodness Doom Whisperer is so huge. This could easily be... I think he sees... It's a mini combo, it's not... Hey, I bet you don't even remember this card exists. So choose creatures with total power 4 or less. So that's all my creatures. You have to keep Rankle. Hey, you get to keep Rankle at least. Might as well swing with Hanna because I'm probably just gonna cast Omen right then and there. He could Memorial to Folly to get it back. It buys me, but it's a 1 turn delay, so there is some time. Ola's the Citadel. You know what? Let's just open now. So good news is his life cushion is not that great. I can buy back Eidolon. Stonecoil is not a great buyback, but I can sack Omen to buy back. Oh, there's an Evolving Wilds too. So we'll do this first. Let's get an island. Done. Looking at that. So 1, 2, activate 1, 2, 3. Shambling Suit, Arcanist, Owl. Let's go with the Owl on top. Actually, no, let's go with the Shambling Suit on top. And this is a sorcery speed, so not the greatest use. But oh, non-aura. Converted mana costs X or less. Oh, I need 1 more. Okay. So let's cancel that for now. I'm 1 mana shy. Oh, wait, I can just use Hanna Ship's Navigator next time. Okay. So I can use her to get Omen. Shambling Suit thankfully is finally drops Ira. So these guys are gonna have Orzhov Enforcer, so a bunch of my tokens are gonna start dying. So let's drop this. One is afraid I might have a pump effect. I don't, but okay. Yeah, we'll end the turn here so we have some flexibility between getting back Stonecoil Serpent and just playing Omen. Yeah, it turns out the dance is... Opponent's about to start if they drop Murderous Rider, they start getting Time of Life. They could also just bring back the Doom Whisper. Okay, he's going for that plan. He can actually, he doesn't. Probably might as well just tap sack Rankle now. Which might be a problem. So I probably just do it on... Hey, that's actually fine because I... Lawmeat, Rotting Register. One's down to 6. So I'm down to 8. Let's do some math. Lawmeat just binding on Rotting Regisaur. Swing with those 3. Yeah, because he can forces some strikes. Actually, just swing at this. He blocks with the Death Touch. Not so great. I have to attack though. There's no way around it. But probably not with the tokens. Like I have to start nuking his cards, and everything's reliant on that one, so I don't really out to that. Okay, Arcanus Owl. Unfortunately, it's just a 3/3, and this one's gonna get even bigger. Mindstone, Birth of Meletis. Birth would be a bit late. It will draw me a land. Mindstone, just... both of them are not good. I'll take the Birth. Definitely swings with Spawn of Mayhem. Ooh, okay, that's... yeah. Golden Demise is a thing. Yeah, that's good game. So we have... yeah, so probably Dance of the Mans. It's actually still good. It's just not in this situation. I should not have kept it up on top. I'm not exactly familiar with that build of Doom Foretold. Still have a bit of time. I'm gonna give this one more shot. I still think the changes work. Could I have waited for my opponent to say drop another creature? Maybe. Oh, mono red. So we need to find a lot of early plays. So Seal Away is good. Start. Absorb is not great, but Mecha Godzilla is. So I'll keep this. Up and banner it. Okay. Yeah, the absorb was part of a plan, but on hindsight, we're not gonna reliably hit 2 blue mana all the time, so depending what our opponent does, if he drops Robber of the Rich, that's gonna get sealed away immediately. Sure. Underworld Rage Hound. Okay, need to think this through, because I can play Starfield Mystic now, then next turn seal away and do nothing. No. Actually, I should have waited. Brimstone Trebuchet. That's good. Yeah, I should have waited. Because I forgot that thing had flash. So... since we need bodies for putting some on the table. So, Menace. Okay, at least it's not going to get blocked out. Opponent probably has a lot of removal. Torbrand's going to be an issue, but we could... so let's say he drops it. Oh yeah, it's a big issue. And I have no way to counter this. Yeah, I made a mistake. I should have held this seal away for earlier. I could take one hit first. Let's take one hit for now. Knock on wood, we have something. Opponent, yeah, just taps that. Law Mage's Binding. Menace Trample, so no, I'm still holding back. I might actually block Underworld Rage Hound now. Yeah, our mana mix is not so great here. There's the lava though, so we take 9 damage. Thankfully we stopped taking damage here. Can't even play the Arcanus Owl. Ugh, okay. You know what, let's try that again. So probably want to cut the absorb, maybe neutralize, because that one still cycles. Or oh yeah, we needed to buy tempo, right? Brazen Borrower. There we go. Well, live and let live. So, well, we have a Ratchet Bomb. Opponent's playing Federed Redeem, so probably everything's going to be relatively cheap. So, Ratchet Bomb will hit something. And we get to go first. So, Time a bit pricey. We kind of get to go first at least, so we have the option to Starfield Mystic turn 2, then Baffling End next turn. You also get a shot at the cheap Omen of the Sun, though we are short on white mana now. But hey, at least we get to counter something. Opponent. Okay, if our opponent drops Vanto Vanguard. Oh god, Fabled Passage. Definitely just takes the hit. So I get to drop Omen and the Sun and let's see what our opponent does. I'm concerned our opponent has something to 1, 2, 3 mana. He might cast Feather. If he casts Feather, I can just drop that thing in. Then force the pay for life. Which is actually fine. The soldier did a lot more. Opponent plays Resplendent Angel. There's another battle target. So let's baffle our opponent a bit. I'm actually keeping the token because this one will hold off a Danto Vanguard. So next turn we can if I don't counter something, yeah, just be annoying. We just have to be that guy. And there we go. So maybe I'll just do one more. We stopped running into Kinnan decks all of a sudden. So I guess that's a good thing. So it means that's not our future. Let's be honest, it probably is. So I'm keeping this because we have a Shatter. Opponent's playing a Mutate deck, so yeah, Banishing Light and Shatter would be good here. Opponent's dropping it early, okay. Oh, and the Glass Casket too. Time to be... And I apologize to our opponents that we're doing it like this. You can blame it all on the Kinnan decks. And I guess that means that there are a lot of basically a lot of collateral damage. Opponent is taking their time. Does our opponent have Spell Pierce? And is he going to cast it on... And is he going to just cast it on this? Probably not. Well, the good news now is that we hit our mana quota. And maybe I start buying stuff back after I hit Hanna Ship's after I shatter this guy. If you're playing a Mutate deck, it's clearly evident that you have creatures. That's another way to get creatures.
Accept defeat for now.
And we actually can Field of Ruin to deny him double red. And it thinks we're all Scions. So at least it doesn't generate creatures. But this is clearly a Planeswalker deck of sorts. So... Opponent drops the Storm Draft. So let's put... Play the Arcane Signet. Play the island. Pass the turn. Opponent now has 5 mana. He could just hard cast this and mutate something else. No, generally it's you make creature, then you mutate onto this. That's what Castle Ardenvale's for. That's also what Sarkhan the Masterless is for. Good news is if he makes a dragon, Glass Casket.
Your end has arrived.
First strike and trample, but no haste.
I will learn what nobody
So we can snipe Sarkhan. That's never thought I'd say that. We're gonna be in problem with the Royal Scions, but I don't have an out to that. We have 2 artifacts. Glass Casket makes it a third. Which means we can actually start drawing a ton of cards with Tezzeret. Incidentally.
I will consume you. Come on.
Hold on, we have 4 mana. That's.
Die than lose.
I could just cast Hanna Ship's Navigator, but I'm more likely to just sack Omen Sun next turn. He has his own Shire the Sky, which is okay, but it does mean that Tezzeret's not gonna be just drawing one. He can just make a colorless top there. Oh wait. You know what? You know what? I'm not. You know what? Let's just keep him from making tokens. I don't want him to incidentally mutate. I want him to work for it. So island.
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
Oh, Eidolon of Obstruction. So I guess Tezzeret's gonna have to wait. I actually forgot to put my own Castle Ardenvale. That makes sense. Yeah, well, not the Vantress because we are only running Tree Island. We don't have that many blue. But Ardenvale does make sense. He could just crack this one now. He probably just cracks it next turn. So he... If he cracks it next turn, I start swinging with Idol of Obstruction. I definitely want to just start... I definitely want to start making tokens with Tezzeret at least, though. Opponent is starting to get flooded. Might have something big. Opponent's taking their time thinking this out. Definitely draw and discard if you're not sure. Narset the Ancient Way. Yeah, that's one way to get the Eidolon off their back.
Whether friend or foe, state your intent.
You probably want to draw and discard first to make sure you have something. Oh. Probably has a spell. Now this is also an issue, but he didn't even activate. I guess he wanted what's up there. So Mindstone, Arcana, Sun's Grace. I definitely want to keep both. So we have to decide which one to snipe. Both of them deal massive damage, though. Since he is reluctant to draw and discard, I'm gonna start dealing with Narset. Now he could have a counter spell. That would be sad, but I won't have an. That could be his very last card. Resolves and draw 3 cards.
Master of machines.
Oh, draw 2 cards. Yeah, we need to start refilling our hand. Our opponent needs to start building a board press. He might actually just nuke Tezzeret. Because my plan now is to cast Hanna, buy back Omen next turn.
Think,
He might drop.
then act.
Could dump an expensive spell there. Shark Typhoon. Oh, he chooses not to. Draw 4 cards. That's one way to do it. Now he has to decide. Snipe the Tezzeret? Yes, so I get to snipe Narset. Unless he deals with that. The nice thing is Eidolon forces him spend mana, so he doesn't have as much as he could. Yeah, I'm already starting to think I want Midnight Clock back here. It's awkward, but there's another thing I can buy back. Opponent could finally just drop this. If he drops that, I probably just... Oh no. Okay. Let's deal with Narset first. If our opponent has a way to keep it alive, so be it. I probably just play Hanna Ship's Navigator next.
My apologies.
It'll be the first time I cast her anyway. And I can just sack Mindstone, draw a card. But I'm more likely to just buy back Omen first. We do have a bit of a mini combo with Omen and now Archon. I could also buy Birth of Meletis just to start getting rid of more lands and whatnot. Probably should just scry through them. It does have a ton of mana now, so he does have several outs. Actually, I want to wait. Oh, I can't use Hanna anyway. So if our opponent has Storm's Wrath, wait, he ditched Storm's Wrath. Chandra Awakened Inferno. That could cause serious damage.
I know who I am, and no one is telling me what to do.
Yeah, and now getting flooded.
Makes them more
Command
room
zone.
to fight in.
So we have a Prison Realm. Okay, that's not it. Hold on. This is 5 mana. That leaves me up with 4. Yeah, I guess we can Temple the Night Element. If I can stop drawing lands, that would be perfect. Just try to tie up our opponent's mana at this point. Opponent has Massive Plating. Oh, he wants to... What's this? You may cast target from your graveyard. So... 3 or less, right? Okay, there's a Narset.
Just the trick for this.
Starting to look for ways to deal with it. There's a Time Wipe. He has the mana. command. So Hanna now costs 7. I guess getting all that mana is not so bad anymore with considering. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. X equals 4. Just said. Oh wait. Finally, Dance of Demands had a use. And he has a Dovin's Veto because he's that guy. Yuck. We're probably gonna lose. We're probably gonna lose this one unless I can draw the Prison Realm.
Aw, looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
I'm gonna place Elspeth Conquers Death to take out the Banishing Light. Yeah, he's reassembled everything again. And he can get Sarkhan soon unless I hit my own Elspeth Conquers Death. Shatter this guy is great for the Kinnan matchup, not great for this matchup. Oh, he has Ugin as well. So it's basically, this is probably my only other complaint about Brawl, that the deck can just get away with all Planeswalkers. Now that said, we're not faultless, as we're not without fault either. Yeah, who am I kidding? Because we are running a different strategy, so we're probably not gonna do so well in an overpowered environment like this. Or at least this is not the best matchup. But then again, that's the nature of Brawl. Brawl is really supposed to be a casual format, so I guess that's kind of the caveat when you make it an F and M thing. Probably a good argument why you should not. But hey, this one's a fun, relatively okay, and we did get a good idea how we could run her as historic. Are there many more changes that could be done? Very many. Do I have a good idea what to do? Not quite. Maybe you guys have a great idea. Do let me know. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. I'm still working on a few other things, but you'll probably get to see them soon. Preferably before the rotation happens. That said, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great weekend, everyone.